Hey guys, Tough Thumbs here, making an earlier day video. Forgot to show you guys something last night. Something pretty important. Pretty proud of it. It's my buddy Anonymous. He made his first folder, and I totally forgot to show it last night. I was too caught up in this this lovely Hinder. Show some day shots here. Get this light out here so you get just a regular natural light. I love this thing. I love all the comments, guys. Don't hate on Hinder. I mean, you know, he's got every right to say what he did. You know, whatever, whether how I feel about it or not. You know, who cares? But I definitely still think his knives are absolutely incredible, and I do plan on getting one eventually. I'm just not gonna go out of my way to get it. But yeah, I've been getting a lot of custom knives lately. I just gotta say, like, real quick, my opinion on custom knives. You know, I still love my Spydercos. I EDC my Spydercos and my production knives a lot more than these. Sorry, drinking my coffee. But you know, there's something really cool about having a custom knife, and I think they're definitely worth the money. And they're just a lot of fun to collect. They're like more collectible. I know Spyderco is very collectible, but there's something about having someone's work, you know, and like just seeing their craftsmanship. You know, like, you know, this guy here, you can see like he messed up on the groove right there, just the slightest bit, and like that, it just makes it so much cooler, you know, just to know that he did that or whatever. And you know, it's just really cool. Whereas in the production ones, if you get a flaw in it, it's usually by mistake, and it's just quality, a lack in quality. So, but anywho, so getting on to this, I'm gonna do a cut test with this, and I'm gonna attempt my pathetic attempt at a cut test. And this is one of Anonymous's knives too. But Anonymous's folder is absolutely phenomenal. He's got 5 of these. I don't know, he's not selling them yet, but he's taking pre-orders, and this is definitely far exceeds the quality of mine. This is called the Thuck. Tactical Hunting Utility something. I forget, but T-H-U-C-K. And this is it right here. It is a massive folder, as you guys can see. Wish I had a knife to show next to it. I got a Strider here. Oh, by the way, guys, this is my favorite knife right now that I own. And of all the knives I have, I love this thing. I definitely, there's nothing to do with, like, you know, Neptune telling me how much he likes Striders, or like, you know, how nice they were. I just wanted one, I got it, and I could just say, guys, like, the Strider knives, I mean, besides the few flaws, I mean, that don't really affect anything except for, like, some of the fit and finish, I guess, but this one's solid. I mean, all I did was anodize it, or not anodize it, carbonize the lock bar there, and the thing is just, it's smooth as hell. Like, it's just like, and then the way it sounds when it locks is just, it's just so fucking cool. I just love this knife, like, really love it. And I'm trying to put this guy on here. I just got this in the mail. I'm pretty sure this dude sent it for me. If he didn't, I'm keeping it, and I will give you money for it because it's so freaking sweet. But I'm noticing that there's not much room for a lanyard, because the blade, you can see the blade through the hole there. So I don't know how that's gonna work out. So I don't know, I gotta figure out some way to put it on there. But that's really sweet, man. If they gave that to me, I really appreciate it. If not, I definitely want one, man. So send me out another one. I'll pay you whatever it is, because that's just so sweet. I can't even explain how sweet that is. And that would just go perfect on this Strider. But anyway, so back to Anonymous's folder. So, as you can see, the first thing you notice right off the bat is the pivot screw is just absolutely out of control, massive. Now, I sandblasted this one just because the only thing that I noticed about this, I love this pivot screw, but it's a little plain looking. This is just a prototype, guys. He has 5 of them, and they're all just rough, pretty much. So right now, I mean, they're not rough technically because they're just perfectly machined and everything like that. I mean, he did cut out the blade and do the grinds and stuff like that. This is Almex steel. Performs really well. But you know, he had access to a machine shop, but he did a lot of this by hand, scales and everything, which is a pretty good job on the scales for sure. I wanted to show this one because it's just like a production look because it's got the peel ply. The other ones have some patterns and stuff on them. But the thing about this pivot screw that just kicks so much ass is this is, you know, me and Anna's been discussing how, you know, you have certain knives that, you know, no matter how nice they are, you're out in the shit and like you got a problem with it, there's no way in hell you're ever screwing this one tight or undoing it or anything. I still don't even know how to unscrew this guy. But with this one, you know, you got a nickel here, flathead screwdriver. Any coin just tightens and loosens it, no problem. You can even with your finger, you know, if it loosens up with your finger, you know, you can get enough grip on that to actually tighten it a lot. And I just find that to be pretty awesome. But also, let me see, it's just smooth as hell. This one, he's got like five different folders and 5 different grinds. This one's got the chisel grind on it, just absolutely perfect. And you know, Anonymous is very good with his sharpening, and these things are just ridiculously sharp. And this is chisel for all you chisel haters. And it's just really sharp. I just suck at cutting paper, and there's like some kind of method to doing it right. But you can see, for someone who sucks at it, you see how nice that is. On this side you can see the frame lock, and the pivot comes down over as a overextension, you know, stopping the lock from going any farther. And just engages very nicely. It's just very smooth. This one has 0 blade play. He's still working out the kinks, but this one, I would take this one the way it is. I mean, it just works great. It's got a really nice grip. It doesn't look like it because it's very angular and very just like factory, like milled looking, but it's a full custom, guys. But the quality is just awesome. This titanium's super thick. We're gonna do some beveling around here, make it a lot more hand friendly. The pins are pressed in on this side, so those pins aren't coming out. I mean, you can tap them out, but when you take it apart, you know, nothing falls out of this side, you know. And these are nice and press fit too. They're easy to take out and everything like that. You see the thickness is ridiculous, but it is very ergonomic. This choil here is just awesome. You can choke up very nicely. And you got the low slung blade here, you know, with the finger clearance, which is very nice. And it's a very unique knife, in my opinion. He's working on the pod clips and whatnot, so you see the centering's perfect. One thing I've been noticing is that I would love this thing. I mean, John, if you're watching this, I would love this thing to be a flipper, actually, just because it's so, like, you know, he kind of modeled after the Zan, where you just kind of guide your finger up along that pivot, which is nice and smooth. So, kind of like the Zan, you just kind of guide the stud up, and it's just really nice. But this thing as a flipper would just be awesome. But listen to the way this sounds. It absorbs the impact almost. It just feels like really soft when it locks, but it feels like it's engaging really well. But as you can see, it's a massive folder. I mean, it's a big one. Yeah, so this is the Hinzer XM24, which is a massive folder as well. But it definitely is bigger. But I watched Anonymous go through his process with planning this out, and he would come here and, you know, he would check out some of the knives I have here, customer knives, when they were apart, like the Hinderer, and he just sat there and studied it, and he didn't, you know, fondle it or anything like that. And it was just interesting to see his process, what he did to figure out how he wanted to do his folder. He wanted it to be better than this, stronger than the Hinderer, stronger than the, he used a lot of the DPX Hest. He actually had my Hest for like 2 weeks, because he liked the way it was pressed in and everything like that. But it's really cool, guys, and you know, definitely he showed this to a lot of makers at the show, and they were very impressed with it as well as me. I've been definitely filing the shit out of it like non-stop. It's just really cool. It's got a lot of weight to it. I mean, you know, some stuff's going to be skeletonized, and yeah, I might pimp this one. I'm not going to modify it too much just because it's still a prototype, but I might pimp this one out a little bit. I did sandblast that stud or thumb or pivot screw just to see what that would look like, because, you know, it's very like in your face and bright. You know, it's a beautiful folder. You can appreciate the beauty of this thing. Definitely when it's open, it's just gorgeous. I mean, that thing is just really wicked looking. It's like some kind of a crazy like talon or something. But there's going to be a smaller version of this, fixed blade version, which I've handled his fixed blade prototypes. They're really sweet. I mean, there's some design things he's going over in his head, and some things that I inputted, and definitely going to be doing runs of these with my scales. So they're going to be sweet as hell, guys. So let me know what you think. You know, I know a lot of people, some people don't like the pivot, but you got to appreciate the function of the pivot. It's nice and big, which is a really good thing about, like, it's just little tiny pivots. You know, like this guy, these are great for what they're for, but if on a folder, these pivots would just not be good. But for this thing, it's great, you know. But if you're going you're going hard, you know, this is just awesome. Like, you just wanted the ultimate, like, overbuilt folder, and this thing is definitely that. And I've been using it and cutting with it, and it's just freaking awesome. And that low slung blade is just really cool. Very thick Almax steel. I'm not sure what it's going for. I know it costs a couple $100 to make each one, so, but the material is definitely top notch. And you know, you guys want to have any questions about it, or you want to get on the pre-order list or whatever, email me, toughknives@gmail.com, and I will forward that to Anonymous's notepad, because he sucks with computers. So this is the Anonymous Thuck, Thuck. Not sure if he's solid on the name. I think it's cool, but just want to share this with you guys because I know you'd appreciate something like this. Just someone who worked very hard. I mean, he has a job too, like a full-time job, and he does this stuff too. So you gotta appreciate the hours he's putting in at his age. He's an old grandpa, so I'm joking, dude. But beautiful knife, guys. And I'll give you updates on you know, the finished model, but you know, I'm hoping, we're trying to get mine and his at the same time out, so. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one.